Hey, good afternoon. Time is 2:30. This is a repair attempt for Miss Melinda Daugherty. As you can see here, we've got plenty of wind damage shingles to choose from. Today, we're going to make a good faith attempt at replacing one of them. Now, we're just using the shingles that we have on hand, so it's not an exact color match. But as you can see here, I've marked out in chalk so we can see it a little easier on camera. I'm going to show you guys the tools I'll be using today. I'll be using that all-in-one roof snake to limit the lifting of the shingles, precision nail puller for those hard to get nails, a hammer and nails. So what I'm going to do is just use the flat end of this roof snake as it's designed to break the seals. And for the adjuster watching, this 3-tab shingle is composed of 3 tabs. So as these 3 tabs right here is in one shingle is what I'm going to be replacing today. And I'm just going to go just as careful and methodical as I can, just separating these seals to make that switch out, that repair, to go nice and smooth. Now, before I start digging any nails out, let's get kind of an overview. You know, these 3 shingles right here, just move on down the line so we can see the condition of these shingles prior to pulling any nails out. Right, so today we're just gonna be digging these nails out one by one. I'm gonna be lifting these shingles. It's not very high, just high enough to work under, not even 45 degrees. On this one, looks like there's no nail, but since I did have that slight lift on it, I'm gonna perform just a couple taps on it just to see the condition of the shingle. Just off that simple lifting of the shingle, you can see, if you follow my finger here, you can see where that fiberglass matting on the shingle is actually cracked. It's broken. The shingle is no longer functioning as that fiberglass matting is broken on it. Let's go on to the next one. Let's get a good overview of that. That's the year before, right? We're gonna lift it just slightly. There, we have a nail. Notice I'm not cranking back on the shingles or anything. And just enough to be able to grab that nail, pull it out with this precision nail puller. And same kind of deal. Since that one had to be a nail pulled out of it, you can see, if you follow my finger here, you can see where that shingle fiberglass matting is actually cracked a lot more than the other one. Right? Are we going to the next one? Let's get it before this one. Yep. Here's your Durin, lifting it just slightly to be able to pull that nail out. And you can see Durin, you can see where that point of stress on the shingle is. All right, and just like the others, I'm going to be tapping it. You can see pretty clearly up here at the top where that fiberglass matting is actually broken. Over here in the center. Let's go on to the next one. On to the next one over here. All right, I'm going to be lifting it just slightly, just enough to be able to grab that nail out and work underneath. All right, and we're going to go ahead and pull that nail out. Notice I'm not cranking back on the shingles, not being super rough. I had to give a couple good taps, and you can see the condition of the shingle is not very good, as it's now sustained functional damage. The shingle fiberglass matting is actually cracked on that. All right, now for the adjuster watching, you know that there's 2 courses of nails in a 3-tab shingle. We're gonna have to get the course above. So let's go ahead and get it before this one. Now we're gonna lift just slightly. We're gonna lift just slightly, just enough to be able to dig that nail out. Notice I'm like 30 degrees, something like that. And wow, with each hammer blow, all the shingles surrounding that have had to have nails pull out of them, they're just raining granules. Give it a couple good taps, just like in the other ones. And starting over here, you guys can see, if you follow my finger, where that fiberglass matting is actually cracked and broken as well. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, let's get it good before that. All right, we're gonna lift it just slightly. Just enough to be able to pull that nail out. Give it a couple good taps. All right, and if you follow my finger, you can see where that fiberglass matting on this shingle is actually cracked, broken as well. It's sustained functional damage. All right, let's go on to this next one over here. Let's get it good before this. This should be the last shingle that we have to pull a nail out from under. All right. Wow, you can just see, like, let's get an overview of that one and all of these. Like, with each hammer blow, look at these granules just raining off of this roof. All right. Well, we'll give it one good tap. And you can see up here at the top, you can also see through the entirety of this shingle where this fiberglass matting is broken as well. All right, now it should just be out with the old and in with the new, since I've removed all the nails. And yep, just simple as that, easy peasy, pulled the old one out. All right, now you can see all these nail heads have rust in it from that wind-driven rain. So what we want to do is just perform a visual underlayment inspection right here. All right, and you can see underneath here. Now notice I'm not lifting up on these shingles too high. I'm still at about 30-40 degrees right here. You can see here where this wind damaged shingle was. You can see where that underlayment is holding moisture. You can see the discoloration, the bubbling, and it's actually kind of wet to the feel as well. This is damage from wind-driven rain. This underlayment actually needs to be replaced as well. If it's not, it can cause issues like mold, mildew, and rot in the future. Something we definitely want to stray away from. We want to replace that too, but since the scope of work says shingles only, we're going to go in with the new. We're just going to give this our best shot. All right, make sure it fits. It's a perfect fit. All right, and I'll be using that roof snake to install the nails. That's to limit the amount of lifting we'll have to do to install those nails. And you know, most repair guys aren't this careful. Most repair guys would just be using their hand, and they would have to go up the actual entire length of the hammer. They would have to lift the shingle up that much just to install the nail plus the nail head. All right, then you give it a couple good whacks, get it started, and finish it off. Right? All right, on to the next one. Now every shingle should have a nail under it after this. All right. You can see with each hammer blow, you can see this roof's just falling apart. On to the next one. All right, now we're going on to that second course. Everywhere I pull the nail out, I'm putting the nail back in. There we go. Drive it home. And we're on to the last one. All right. Drive that one home. So, looking at this repair as a whole, we were able to switch out that one shingle, but at the cost of 7 other damaged tabs. So if I was doing this repair for somebody, I would literally have to keep going down to the ground, and I have to keep replacing course after course, which would then in turn affect the course next to it. And also, so I have to keep going onto the ground to you know, replace these shingles that were damaged because of the one I was replacing. So we've essentially traded 1 damaged shingle for 7 damaged shingles. On the contractor in this repairability test has failed. We can't guarantee or warrant any work like this. We would ask the insurance companies wouldn't either. We'd also like you to take into consideration the fact that wind-driven rain also did damage that underlayment, and that really needs to be replaced as well.